Tucker, by the way, then continued along these lines. He did an interview with Vivek Ramaswamy, and he likened what just happened in Israel, the kidnapping of women and their rape. I mean, he's showing video of this happening, like as he's talking about this. He compared that to drug overdose deaths in the United States. Now, I believe we should fully care about the 100,000 drug overdose deaths that happen in the United States. These are two completely different issues. To go this far afield to link the issues, the only reason you're doing this is because you wish to downplay the atrocity that just happened in Israel. You're not upplaying the atrocity of what's happening on America's streets. Those are two different types of atrocities. People who are addicted to fentanyl, sticking needles in their arms and overdosing is a moral blight. It is a moral atrocity and a moral evil for people to kidnap women, rape them, and drag them back to the Gaza border. Those are not the same thing. And Tucker knows that. But this is a cheap way of telling you not to look. Don't look. Stop caring. Because after all, what does it matter?
I understand that he is watching things happen to his people, and he is definitely very brokenhearted about it. I can understand how it can totally make a person go straight emotional. You know what kills me though about Ben? When he told black folk facts don't care about your feelings, right? And I don't want to take it there, but I'm just going to have to just a little bit, because if we look at the facts of the story of what he's talking about, they're going to show you the same video of the girl who, once again, sadly, she was captured and everything, but she's in the hospital and they're working on her. We pray for her recovery. But what I'm also hearing is that she was helped by Palestinians, or even the fact that, Ben, you're right. These atrocities are terrible. But we never talked about the atrocities that were happening to Palestinians before this crisis took place. But even to surpass all of that, peep the caption of this person, H.J. Joseph, on Twitter. This is a quote, American conservative 2A. You see that, right? I never thought I'd say this, but here I am. Tucker Carlson is a grifter. So why are they mad at Tucker Carlson?
But you don't have to look far in the United States for moral outrages also on video. And there's not a city in this country, not just the big cities, but cities of 10,000 people. I was in one yesterday that doesn't have some constellation of drug-addicted young people living outside. We call them the homeless. They're drug addicts. And they're addicted to drugs that were imported across an
What's that have to do with the price of tea in China? I don't understand.
More than 100,000 a year. Now, you could call it genocide. You can call it whatever you want, but it's the death of over 100,000 Americans a year and the living death of millions.
Well, you can't call it genocide. It's not genocide.
No, but it is a genocide, right? If you think about it, it is, right? Americans are being erased. They are being erased. Now, it is, the action of addiction, that's that person's struggle, right? But we make it easy for people to be addicted to drugs. We give them injection sites where they can go and get high and then be saved just in case if they get too high. All right. This is the type of laws that are being progressive laws that are being placed in America that are destroying Americans. Okay. So maybe you'll call it another name, but Americans are being destroyed.
So sure. I don't understand.
I'm sorry, people who are addicted to drugs and living outside.
Israel. And again, I want to add my voice to that because I'm a human being. But
sure you do.
You
sound very outraged.
The outrage among Republican presidential candidates was so much more intense. One of them took to a bullhorn and started yelling about it. I get it.
Shout out to Tucker Carlson.
But no one would think to do that about the 100,000 American young people murdered every year. And
because who are you yelling at? Who are you yelling at? First of all, people are on bullhorns yelling about drug overdoses and the open border all the time. All the time. What is he even talking about? What he's attempting to do is minimize what happened in Israel. He's not attempting to maximize what happened in the United States. He's attempting to minimize, as though America can't walk and chew gum, morally speaking, at the same time.
No, we can't, apparently. Because the behavior I have been seeing on Twitter, Americans have forgot about America, okay? They can pretend like they care about America. They don't, and Tucker is maximizing American issues. That is what he's doing. That is. It's a lot for you to deal with.
The same thing. Pretending that it is immoral. It's a moral blight. It's idiocy. It's just moral stupidity at the highest.
Wow.
level. Of course we should care about what happens with fentanyl. Of course we should care about, we should close our border. Have I been unclear about this? Of course America should have closed borders when it comes to this sort of stuff. I'm on the same side as Tucker on that. I just don't understand why he's not on my side when it comes to Hamas has to be wiped off the face of the earth. What if
Hamas does, fine, wipe off terrorists off the face of the earth, right? but don't drop bombs on a city. Just dropping bombs on a city blindly. And, you know, hey, maybe we get the few Hamas, I guess, that might be in there, right? Like, why is there not a special military operation, a tactical force going in on foot with you know what I mean, pew-pews, going to the houses and dragging them people out? Why not?
Moral sophistication is predicated on only one of a few possible hypotheses. The most dark and terrible is the possibility that people just don't give a damn when Jews get killed by terrorists.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It always, but if I say this about Black folk, about XYZ, then I'm doing too much, right? Oh, there goes Black people complaining all the time, right? Like, bro, people care, okay? People trust me. I don't want to see it happen. But the problem is, too, that some of these stories are getting debunked. I'm not saying they didn't happen, right? But stop, okay? It's not that just, oh, people are okay with this happening to Jewish people. That's sick. I don't want anybody getting hurt. That's sick.
I'm not accusing Tucker of that. I'm not accusing Whitlock of that. In fact, I'm not even accusing the AOCs of the world of that. Although I think she's closer to the border, considering the only tweet she has sent in this entire ridiculous situation is a tweet finding one Jew in New York saying a bad thing that the Israeli government does not even carry forth. That's the only thing she's seen to tweet about this.
Okay, so Ben Shapiro is definitely biased to the situation. I totally understand. And you know what? I appreciate him for taking it back, what he said about Tucker, what I thought he was saying about Tucker. I feel bad for Ben. I do. He has every right to feel how he wants to feel and react how he wants to react and express himself how he wants to express himself. So I'm not even gonna go into the key terms that he's using. He has every right. Okay, but again, there are a lot of Americans who are saying this has nothing to do with us, though. We are stretched very thin, and it is going to get worse. There's no way that all these wars can be happening across these oceans, you know, whether it's Russia, Ukraine, and now Israel and Hamas, you know, and all of this discussion. There's something, you know, and by the way, I don't like to do fear mongering, but everybody just, you know, just be on guard, because anything could be set up just to keep us at bay of emotional thinking. And there's no way we're not going to get involved in some sort of conflict. There's just simply no way. I have already accepted that, and I need to just plan ahead. And that's just what it is at the end of the day. Make sure everybody plans ahead. I do feel bad for Ben, so I'm just going to stop. But yes, there are Americans who have a right to say, America has our own problems.